It's a Jimmy Tebeau show. Got the Schwag band live in the studio. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? Oh, gonna jam for you a little bit today. We got some stories and some really funky jams. Check it out. Well, woke up this morning and I felt the ground for my shoe. That's when I knew I had up. Woke up this morning, look around, felt the ground for my shoe. That's when I knew I had the walking blues. Walking blues. Some people tell me that, you know, all blues ain't bad. The worst old feeling almost ever. Some people tell me those walking blues ain't so bad. Worst old feeling I most ever had. I ever had. How about some keyboards? Leaving in the morning if I have to. I've been blind, well, you know I've been mistreated. I really don't mind. Yes, I will. In the morning if I have to drive me blind. You know I've been mistreated. I really don't mind dying. Don't mind dying. She's got those Elgin movements from her head down to her toes, breaking out on the dial just about everywhere she goes. She's got those Elgin movements from her head down to her toes, breaking on the dial just about everywhere she goes. Everywhere she guitar. Woke up this morning, man, felt the ground for my shoe. That's when I knew I had to walking blues. Woke up this morning. Here we go. Look around, I felt the ground for my shoe. Yeah. That's when I knew I had the walking blues. Woo! Walking. I got those walking blues. Ooh, I got those walking blues. Ooh, I got those KKID walking blues. Oh, yeah. Playing some blues on KKID radio, 92.9 FM. Rock of the Ozarks. Sugar bop, 21 years. Sugar bop, sugar bop, 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 bop. Here we go. Oh, man. Ah!
Did that sound okay?
It sounded great, man. That was awesome, you guys. Very, very cool. Way to kick off the show. The Jimmy Tebeau live in the studio. Got the full band. You want to introduce your new bandmate here, Jimmy?
Oh, what? Oh, on keyboards?
On keyboards.
Adam Becker drove up from Fayetteville, Arkansas tonight to be with us.
Welcome aboard, Adam. You
Yeah,
can
thanks for
pull that
having me.
right up there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
We told him we were going to play all songs that he didn't know and that we didn't know.
Sounds like a fun night to me.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, you should be on. Are you on? Are you turned up?
I am
Can
now.
you hear yourself?
I'm here.
All right.
Okay,
there you
I'm
go.
with everyone. All right.
Everyone was with you too, Jimmy.
Yeah, I want to say hi to my dad listening at home.
Hey,
Appreciate it. He stopped by earlier.
Yes, he did.
Told him I posted a photo of him and me on Facebook last week, and in the photo he's wearing a hat that says "Make America Great," and I'm wearing a hat that says not MAGA but AGAM, AGAM, and it's like kind of spelled backwards.
Right.
And which we thought, okay, these two hats mean opposites or whatever, different. So I posted that on Facebook, and the caption was, "Me and my dad love each other, but we don't always agree on politics," And then there was like almost 500 likes, and then there was people commenting that. Hey, what does AGAM mean? I don't think it means anything. It means the opposite of anyway. Anyway, a lot of people were like, you know what? It's okay if we disagree and we can all love each other. The other thing was, in the photo, I was on the left side of the photo and he was on the right side. So I represented the left wing and he represented the right wing. But the point was we're all part of the same bird, so we gotta flap together to fly together and go in the right direction. So regardless of what we feel about exactly,
the right wing doesn't flap without the left wing.
I know we're all in the same boat, so we got to row together.
Okay.
But we're not going to talk about the impeachment thing yet.
Not yet.
That's going to be way later in the show. I'm joking. People are already turning their dial.
Towards the end of the show, right?
No, not at all.
Like right after the show?
Yeah, once we're off the air.
Okay.
It's like, this impeachment process. What's going on there?
Yeah, there you go.
What's up with that? But no, we did go on a Schwag adventure. We do have the whole band here, and we got Mike Belaska on guitar, who came in from Wildwood, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then Dave Clark back there on drums, came in from Webster Groves, St. Louis area. Yep. So
you guys are heading to New York.
That's our story. Tomorrow morning, we're renting a bigger van downtown St. Louis, and we're going to load it up with gear, and the four of us are getting in that van, and we're going to start driving to New York. On Saturday, we are the headline band, the featured act at the New York Harvest Festival and Freedom Fair. This is their 22nd year, and this year, for the first time, it's being held at a legal cannabis farm, a farm where they grow cannabis. Right? Hemp, or anyway, or marijuana. I don't know. I don't know what the secret is.
I think it's a hemp farm.
A hemp farm. Not a cannabis farm.
I don't know.
I think.
I was looking at the Facebook page, but it's got a pretty cool video. And on Sunday, we're playing Saturday night. I'm also one of the featured political speakers, which they want me to talk about this whole prosecution of me in federal law 21 U.S.C. 856 and the whole Camp Zoe thing and what happened. So I got to put that together between now and then, but it's going to be a long drive. Anyway, we're leaving on Thursday, driving. We're going to roll into the festival at Friday at 5 or 6. We're going to check out some bands. Saturday's when I speak. Saturday we play, and then Sunday we start driving back. We probably will not get back to St. Louis till late Monday night. So it's one of those adventures.
2-day trips.
Yeah, when you get your buddies together and you go on a camping trip or a fishing trip or something. It's kind of like that. It's a big cross country adventure to play this big festival. We got invited to do it, and
Can you wait, boys?
We're very excited.
You know, Adam was just up that way. He's in a band called Groovement, by the way, and we're just kind of borrowing him for this gig and some gigs. But where did your band play up there?
We played it in Syracuse, New York at Funkin' Waffles.
Wow.
And New York City at Rockwood Music Hall.
Cool.
Just
cool.
like 2 weeks ago. I left I actually left a backpack in Columbus, which is crazy. I wasn't planning on possibly being able to get it back.
We talked about the strategy of stopping off and getting his backpack.
Yeah, I know. Well, the whole tour is based around the rescue of the backpack.
I think his friend's gonna say, "There ain't no backpack, man."
His favorite.
I think we smoked your backpack, man.
Yeah, Adam, your stash is gone. The backpack may still be there. I know what you're thinking. Oh my.
Bummer.
No, that's cool. No, we like going on those adventures, you know, and we should. Oh, you know what? Let's play another song. We got some stories. You know, we just talked about what we're doing this next weekend, but we had kind of a story of what happened this previous weekend. But before that, we do that. I think we should play another song, don't
All
you
right.
guys?
Let's hit it. Which one?
I lit out from Reno, I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Ran into the devil and he loaned me 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up in the hills. Set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Ran down to the levee, devil caught me there. Took my $20 bill and vanished in the air. Set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Got 2 reasons why I cry each lonely night. First one's named Sweet Anne Marie, she's my heart's delight. Second one is prison babe, shares all my jail. If he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail. Got a wife in Chino, babe, and one in Cherokee. First one says she got my child, it don't look like me. Said I'm running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. by each lonely night. First one's named Sweet Anne Marie, she's my heart's delight. Second one is prison babe, sheriff's on my trail. And if he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail. Got a wife in Chino, babe, and one in Cherokee. First one says she got my child, it don't look like me. Said out running but take my time, friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight.
That's live in the studio. Hope it sounds all right there.
Sounding good over here, Jimmy. Sounding good.
All right. It sounds really good in the studio here. This is about the third or fourth time we've had the whole Schwag band here.
I think, yeah, at least 4 times, you know.
Yeah.
So
and I think it sounds a little bit better each time.
there you go.
You know, it's not easy playing a gig in a radio station studio. It's like, hey, you know what we should do?
Yeah, let's try this.
We can really squeeze in there.
But it works.
It's through, we fit the whole band. There's not a lot of space in here, but it's through, there's this theory, it's the law of minimize space while maximize efficiency. You know, so we bring in what we call Schwag light. It's a minimal amount of gear to get the job done. And we're going to sing and play songs and, you know, do our thing. And it's neat that it's live. It's like without a net. And, you know, another interesting fact is this keyboardist here, Adam, we've never played with him until today.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
crazy.
You know?
It is. Absolutely.
So musical language is universal. You know, if you know the basic structure and you know music, you can just get in there and jam. That's neat.
Sounding good.
So the story, we should tell the story of what happened to us last weekend. We had a very unique gig. Every now and then, which is probably several times a year, we play private parties, and they're usually pretty interesting because the people that hire us for private parties are usually people that have, what should I say, good taste for one thing, because they're hiring us, but that's me being pompous. But no,
Okay, we'll go with that to start with.
We'll go with that.
Okay, all right, let's go with that.
And no, they want to throw a cool party, and but this one. Originally, now Mike, you helped book this gig, and then this guy, we won't say his name because there's a lot of highs and then some lows and then some highs again. But it starts as like a friend of a friend wanted to have a party at his cabin. Isn't that how it started?
Oh yeah, he just kind of wanted a really small kind of thing on his front porch in his cabin, way back in the woods in the middle of nowhere that can only be reached by like 4-wheel drive vehicles and stuff. It was supposed to be, you know, pretty small, but pretty far out there in the rural area too.
Rural, you know, ironically, we're in Rolla right now. I think he was in Ellington or something. It was somewhere down kind of towards Eminence, but like if you're going down towards Eminence and you make a left out that way, it was somewhere out that way.
Down 19?
Yeah, like if you were going down 19 and then before you got to Eminence, you cut off one of those roads on the left. It was off that way. But anyway, that was the original plan. But then, what happened? He changed his mind.
Well, I think that, you know, when he let word out that he was having a Schwag party, that, you know, he probably had more people interested in going than he originally thought, you know. So he, and plus, you know, getting all these people out to this cabin in the middle of nowhere is going to be a big hassle. So we moved it to a different location in St. Louis.
And the location was
Now, is
very
this guy
interesting.
from St. Louis originally?
He is from the St. Louis area.
Okay.
He is from the St. Louis area, and what it is the property, the cabin was on family property.
Gotcha.
You know, that he came to through inheritance or something, like the grandfather had it or
Right.
something, you know, and it's just been in the family. And they don't go down there as much. The trick was our van wasn't going to be able to make it to the cabin as well, and they were going to have to put our equipment in 4-wheel drive trucks to get us to the gig. And we're like, okay, that's kind of weird, but you know what? This guy's paying pretty good, and he's really cool, and sounds like a sweet gig. Let's do this.
Can only destroy our equipment if it falls out
Well,
of the back of the truck,
we've played some unique gigs. It's not
Just
one of
you
our
wait.
deal gigs. We love doing festivals and big theaters and nightclubs, but a private party, we're willing. We heard the guy
in the
out.
middle of BFE.
But then he's like, no, I'm going to change the location. And then he's like, it's the Merrimack Marina. Now, this is on the Merrimack River and like right by Fenton, Missouri.
Right.
Which was a lot better for us because most of us live in St. Louis.
Right.
And we're like, okay, that's not as far. We can play the gig and sleep in our own bed that night or whatever, because we were gonna probably end up staying at my dad's house in Rolla if we played in down by Eminence or whatever, which was fine. But so we're like, okay, we're playing at a marina, and we think that we assumed we were playing on land. We get to this gig the other night, and we were not playing on land. There was this little plank gangway that walked out to this building and this big dock that was floating on what looked like a lot of plastic barrels, like plastic 55-gallon barrels, like on wooden planks. And there was, hundreds of them. And it was supporting a small bar. There was a building and then a big deck, and then at the end of the one deck there was a canopy. But we're all floating on, and it's not the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River's right there. It's just a little cove that's right off of the Mississippi. It's really, and it's a marina.
It's where the Merrimack runs into the Mississippi?
It's 13 miles before that.
Okay.
Mike, am I leaving out parts of the story?
I think that's pretty much, the place where it was. So, yeah, we had to set up on, you mentioned, we had to set up on this boat dock, right?
Right. Walk the plank with your
and you
equipment.
mentioned the gangway. Yeah, walking the plank. It was this little tiny, like, rickety, maybe 1 foot wide little section of wood and, fence wire. And it was supported by logs that shook when you walked across it and all that kind of good stuff. So we didn't move any of our stuff across that. We did something even I thought it was freakier, really, but it was pretty interesting. We actually threw all of our gear across the cove into a pontoon boat. And this is a lot of gear. If you've seen what a rock band rolls around with, we had like amps and stuff, guitars, and all
lighting, PA system.
Yeah,
drum sets.
Yeah, all the good stuff that a rock and roll band goes around with. That if your boat sinks or something, you're really out of luck. So, we were really careful to not screw up or anything like that, and we just threw the stuff in the boat. Took it nice and slow across the cove. Kind of took us a minute to figure out weight distribution and all that stuff, so we didn't sink the whole pontoon boat. But we actually did it. And then what? We managed to play the gig, and we did that whole thing in reverse in the dark when we were a little bit drunker and a little more tired.
That was my next question. I guess the ride back in the dark was even more fun, right?
Oh yeah.
It was. It was an interesting gig as well. I think they said play 8 to midnight, but there was prediction of potentially some rain. But we were ready to go by 7:30. But anyway, we loaded in around 3 o'clock. We had to do 2 trips in the pontoon boat with our equipment across from the boat ramp across the cove onto the boat dock. We set up under the canopy, and then we sound checked and we got everything set up pretty quick. So it's 5:30. We still have time before the show. So we're at a marina and there's like maybe 70 to 100 pontoon boats there, all docked there. And I'm looking around and there's 20 or 30 people. I'm like, so I asked the host of the party, I'm like, does anyone here, you think, have one of these boats that might want to give the band a ride on the river? Because we got like maybe a half hour to kill or something. And bang, right away, within minutes, we were on a pontoon boat pulling out of the cove, going down the river. And this is where the captain of the boat explained to us while drinking a beer that we were 13 miles from the Mississippi River And if we picked up speed, we could get there in 45 minutes and actually go out into the Mississippi River. Now, I was surprised that people take pontoon boats out there, because I was a little scared on the Merrimack River. Now, the river was high, and even this guy who owns this boat and goes out often, even in the winter, he's like, Jimmy, it's 15 feet higher than it usually is this time of year. Like the whole party, the boat dock we were on is 15 feet higher than usual. We do got to tell what happened when, like, it was during the second set. A bunch more people showed up. We're all floating on this dock, and we start rocking. And there's a reason they say
a rock
rocking.
band. You're
Well,
supposed to rock.
We're a rock band, and we're supposed to get things rocking. And by the time we got to Johnny Be Good, everyone's jumping up and down on this boat dock, this floating dock, you know, in rhythm, and this canopy above us is shaking wildly. Our equipment, we're worried is going to fall. Like Dave, our drummer, is literally inches from the edge of the platform and could be into the cove, which was probably 20 to 30 feet deep under us, because especially if the river was 15 feet higher than usual, and that's where it sits. So maybe you.
Of course, the 75-pound speaker was on a stand right above our keyboard player Nick's head, about swinging in the air, about to fall down on him too. There's all kinds of craziness.
It was. So we ended big and ended before any sort of rain. We were fearing that it was, gonna rain on us. So, but we played the full show. The host was really happy. And here's the little twist to the story. I was talking about all the high points. There is a little twist to the story. 4 days before the party, the host, his best friend, who was helping him throw this party, because there was a lot to it, you know, inviting all the friends. So he calls us and says, "Hey, Jimmy, the host of the party, his son is the captain of a boat in Florida, and he fell off the boat, hit his head or something, and he died. He drowned this week." And we're like, "Oh my gosh, do you want to reschedule? What's up?" And he's like, "No, he wants to get all his friends together, and he just needs love and music." Boom. And so we got together, and he had friends and family there, and it was a somber occasion yet a joyous occasion, because, you know, we were celebrating the life, you know.
Right.
And then he hopped on a plane to Florida the next day.
Wow.
And then they're having some sort of memorial for him. We just got this call today. They're going to have a memorial for the son next Wednesday somewhere in St. Louis, and they want us to play some acoustic music, actually. So, you know, music has a healing quality.
Yes, it does.
And us, you know, the Schwag's been a band for over 28 years, and we played a number of weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and funerals. We have memorial services. We did my mother's memorial service just this past January. You know, so it was a cool party, and then to, you know, build up to the end where the whole dock was, we were worried, you know, there was going to be people getting hurt. And it was a nice private party. Had there been another 10 to 20 people there, the dock might have went in. So,
might have sunk, huh?
It was. And that was the other thing. They're like, "We want to book you guys for the same weekend next year and every year, because it's always going to be a memorial for the son."
Oh, very
and we're
cool.
like, "Wow,
Right.
if this
There
is
you
what
go.
we got to do," because
Right
it
on.
was interesting. You know, I think
Can
we're gonna
we get a little better support on the dock, please?
They said they were gonna
shore up the canopy.
Yeah, make it a little
They're
better.
gonna shore up the canopy.
Sure up
And I think we're going to hire a couple of crew guys to help us with that
There you go.
load.
There you
'Cause
go.
I was pretty zonked by the end. It was a pretty open party. I think the host went in and bought like the first $500 worth of booze for
Wow.
open bar for
There you
just
go.
everyone.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And I don't know if they probably went through it.
This would be a good segue into the next party for us down here.
Oh yeah, that is coming up. Are we
yeah.
announcing it?
We can announce it. Yeah,
It's
on.
It's on
there.
like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, on like Donkey Kong.
Well, you do it then.
Well, then we're going to celebrate KKID's 21st birthday party over at Tater Patch with the free show from the Schwag. So
What date?
What date? Oh yeah, the date that might help. November 9th, Saturday, November 9th, about a month from today. Well, today is the 9th, so, but yeah,
We
4
got
weeks. 4 weeks from
30
Saturday.
days notice. Countdown is on.
Put it on.
It's
You'll
going to be
hearing
a
about.
partay.
Yes, a free partay, no
party.
cover, and the Schwag will be playing. What time are you going to play till? What time are you going to start? 9 to
It's probably going to be 8 to midnight.
8
Isn't
to
that what they
midnight?
usually run music over there?
8 to midnight. That'd
Yep.
be good. Unless you want to have somebody like open up for you or something.
Oh, well, you know what? We're just putting it together. It
Right.
just kind of got put together.
We can
so
think about that.
Yeah,
I've already
yeah,
had
yeah.
volunteers because I mentioned it to one other person, and he goes, "I'll open, man."
I think
yeah.
we should get a couple other people involved
Okay,
too.
we can do it. We can do it.
Okay,
It'll be a big party,
I love it.
free.
Well, should we hear from our sponsors?
Yeah,
or-
we could take a break. We got 5:31. You are listening to the Jimmy Tebeau Show. Let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by the Flooring Nook, and check in with our sponsors. We'll be right back. Hey, we want to thank the Tater Patch, Robin Crickett's Tater Patch. They're now a sponsor of the Jimmy Tebeau Show. Going to
That's
be with us through the
right.
end of the year. So stop on by. We'll be telling you a lot more about them coming up. There you
All
go.
right.
All right.
Well, me and my uncle went riding down South Colorado, West Texas bound. We stopped over in Santa Fe. It been the border just about halfway. You know it was the hottest part of the day. I took the horses up to the Star, went to the bar, ordered drinks for all. 3 days in the sun, on my body hurt. It being summer, I took off my shirt, tried to wash off some of the dusty dirt. West Texas cowboys lays all around, and liquor and money, ooh, they load it down. So soon after better, you know it seemed a shame. You know my uncle starts a friend again. Hello, check, and the winner takes the hand. Well, my uncle starts winning, cowboys got sold. One of them nodded, and then two more accused him of cheating. Oh no, it can't be. I know my uncle, he's as honest as me. I'm as honest as any man can be. Rachel Allen. starts to tell me, shot him down, Lord, he never saw. Shot me another, oh God, oh God. In the confusion, my uncle grabbed the gold. We hightailed it down to Mexico. I love those cowboys, I love the cold. I love my uncle, God rest his soul. Taught me good, taught me all I know. Taught me so well that I got to go. Left just in his head outside the road. When laying back in an old sleep with a basso in my hand, watching flies, children on the streets, I catch a glimpse of black-eyed girls. I giggle when I smile. A little boy wants to shine my feet, but it's 3 days ride from Bakersfield. I don't know why I came. I guess I came to keep from paying dues. So I grabbed myself a bottle and a girl who's just 18, and a damn good case of the Mexicali blues. Yeah, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? When the devil wants to take it all away, cherish well your thoughts, keep a tight grip on your booze, 'cause thinking and drinking are all I have today. She said her name was Billie Jean. She was fresh in town, didn't know a stage ran from hell. She had raven hair and a ruffled dress, a necklace made of gold, all the French perfume you cared to smell. She took me up into the room, whispered in my ear, "Oh, my friend, do anything you choose." Now, babe, those happy eyes, I spent her in her arms for lifetimes with the Mexican blues. Yeah, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? When the devil wants to take it all away, cherish well your thoughts, keep a tight grip on your booze, 'cause thinking and drinking are on hand today. Yeah. Some thought he was the law. Billie Jean was wearing wedding king. She told me he would take her if I didn't use my gun. Then I'd have no one but myself to blame. So I went into those dusty streets, blood was on my mind. I guess that stranger hadn't known. 'Cause I shot first and killed him, but he didn't even draw. He made me trade the gallows for the Mexicali blues. Yeah, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? that's a woman holding in her hand. You just might find yourself out there on horseback in the dark, just riding and running across those desert sands. Yeah. Rachel Emmons on the fiddle right there. Give it up from Arkansas.
You know what that was? That was the Schwag live at Birdfest just a few weeks ago at Birds Adventure Center in Ozark, Arkansas. We do it twice a year, but you may have heard a fiddle on there. I'm going to say it's more of a fiddle than a violin, but that was Rachel Emmons sitting in with us.
Right.
Now, those that don't know Rachel Emmons, well, Adam, you're familiar with Rachel, probably more so than me. You're from Arkansas, right?
It's one of my good friends, totally.
Yeah, well, let's hear it. What would you say about her?
She's like a very fiery fiddle player and well, multi-instrumentalist.
Absolutely,
really. She can do a bunch of percussion stuff.
Right.
And she was just playing with a Tyrannosaurus chicken and Ben Miller band. You know, yeah, she's one of my good friends. She's a hilarious person too. She's very, very vibrant. You know, she's like, yeah.
Well, yeah, she was in a band called Tyrannosaurus Chicken for how long were they together? More than 5 or 6 years.
Definitely,
right?
yeah. It seemed like it for a while there.
Which was a 2-piece band, which was her and Smilin' Bob, who we lost not too long ago.
Peace, yeah.
And so, but. The story goes, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're touring around as Tyrannosaurus Chicken, gaining a lot of popularity, selling CDs, and then the Ben Miller Band, who is a very popular band, comes along, falls in love with the group, and hires both of them to play with his band, right? Isn't that what happened?
Totally. I think they went to like Europe right away too.
Right, like they did a tour in another country, and they did a tour opening for ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, crazy.
And a tour opening for, she was telling me, a Buddy Guy. She opened for Buddy Guy a number of times.
Nuts. Wow.
And she said she sat in with Buddy Guy at one of those shows along the tour. Yeah. So here, I met her probably 7 or 8 years ago at one of Tyrannosaurus Chicken's, one of their early gigs, and it was one of those night flying anniversary parties in Little Rock or something, where the Schwag's playing, and there's this group before us, Tyrannosaurus Chicken. I'm like, I just want to see what this band looks like with a name like that. And here's this girl on violin, and her hair is like down to her knees. It's like long, straight black hair. And she's up there playing drums with her feet and playing violin and playing banjo. And then through the years, Tyrannosaurus Chicken has opened 2 or 3 times for the Schwag, or we played the first Hillberry. The Schwag was the headline act, and they played right before us one of the nights. And I was impressed with them then. And then I saw the whole migration to the Ben Miller Band. Then I saw the big tours. And, I'm cheering her on from the side, because as musicians and artists, we all do that for each other, because sometimes it's all we got is each other's. So I'm cheering her on, she's cheering me on. And then whammo, we hear Smilin' Bob, his health is he has cancer, or he had cancer or something like that, and then the time was near. It was like stage 4 or whatever.
Wow.
So they drop out of the Ben Miller Band, and then Rachel like sticks with her longtime bandmate and sees him all the way to the end. It's and about a week or 2 before Smilin' Bob died, she reached out. She messaged me through the Birdfest music Facebook page and was like, hey, can I get on Birdfest this summer? I don't know really what I'm going to do. I'm working on a solo act. Can you work me in anywhere? I'm like, wow, Rachel's reaching out. And I knew the whole Smilin' Bob thing. And I'm like, shoot, yeah, we're going to work in. And she worked up a solo set, and then we worked out that she was going to sit in with the Schwag each night, and she did. And a few weeks ago, I played when she sat in the first night. It was "Gimme Shelter" by the Rolling Stones, which she wanted to do with us, and she wanted to sing it, and she did amazing. And then the next night, she came out and did those 2 songs with us on the fiddle. and learned them that weekend. Came in a day early and worked up the songs, and then we went out and do 1,000+ people in the audience, and wham, shred the tunes. So praise to Rachel Ammons and her coming, like a phoenix rising out, and she also set in with Deep Sequence, and her solo act has since kind of taken off in the area.
Definitely.
From what we know. All right. Well, let's. We got to take another break, don't we?
We do.
The only time flies when you're having fun.
That sure does. All right, let's do that real quick. We're going to take another look at the weather, brought to you by Kingdom Kia. You're listening to the Jimmy Tebeau Show right here on KKID 92.9.
You're listening to the Jimmy Tebeau Show on KKID 92.9 FM, Salem, Rolla.
Yeah, let's play another one live here in the studio. KKID Rolla. Oh, the Schwag. For a while at the chime, can sunflower proud, walking jingle in the midnight sun. Copper dome bud drips of silver, come on like a crazy quilt star down through a dream night. When crazy cat peeking through a lace bandana like a one, a t-shirt like a diamond eyed jack, a leaf of our colors face of gold, string fitted to a double, waterfall over my back. Coming, put colors on a mind. River crying in, not words from out a silk trombone. A ring, silent fell beneath the shower of pearls in the eagle wing palace of the Queen Chinese. I know you're right. Miss me when I'm gone. I know you're right. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your baby from rolling in your arms. Lay down last night, Lord, I could not take my rest. Lay down last night, Lord, I could not take my rest. My mind was wandering like the wild geese in the west. The sun gonna shine my back door someday. Oh, the sun gonna shine my back door someday. March wind's gonna blow all my troubles away. She was a headlight on a northbound train. Well, I wish I was a headlight on a northbound train. Yeah, I'd shine my light. Ooh, Colorado rain. I know you're right, gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you're right, gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your baby, I'm rolling in your arms. I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone, gone, gone. I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone, gone, gone. Gonna miss your baby from rolling in your arms.
Schwag live in the studio here in Rolla. Yep, got the whole band in here this week.
Sounding really good. Adam tearing it up on the keyboards over
Right,
there, man.
yeah,
Come on.
It's his first time ever playing
Exactly.
his first gig. Yeah, he's going
Live
to
on
New York
air.
with us. you
Under
know?
pressure. He didn't look like he was under pressure. He looked like he was having more fun over
I was
there.
having fun.
I can tell. I mean, it's a good thing, you know.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Smiling is a good thing.
That's right. We're all smiling.
I like it. Well, speaking of this guy, you know, he's in another band called Groovement.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about your band? What's going on?
Groovement's a band we're based out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, so not too far from here. We're a high energy kind of funk rock band.
Awesome.
Kind of a jammy band too. Lots of solos, horns. Influences are bands like Galactic, Dumpster Funk, a lot of those New Orleans funk bands.
Awesome.
And, yeah, totally. George Clinton, we love George Clinton.
Absolutely.
They're on Spotify. I found them on Spotify the other day.
Yeah, you bet.
There's a couple albums there from previous years. And,
Absolutely.
And there's something new coming out, right?
Yeah. We just got a new lead singer about a year ago, and so we'll be releasing a new album called Sunshine City, and hopefully it'll definitely be within the next year. We don't have a release date picked yet.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
But we got a track from it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a live recording from George's in Fayetteville.
Okay. You got me turned up here?
You're ready to go,
Here comes. This one's called Try.
Yeah, it's our newest song.
I know you're tired. Tired of loving. But we both know, baby, love don't come easy. Gonna try. Yeah, we're gonna try. The future's uncertain. The future's unclear. For you, my baby, oh, I'm gonna hold it. Listen, man. You don't have to fall apart just to hold my heart. Because it's alright, it's alright, it's alright to try. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright to try. Yeah, we've been down before. I'm still here at your door. Baby, if it don't get time, well, that's alright. It's all, it's all, it's all, it's all, it's alright to try. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright to try. Oh, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright to try.
Oh, nice harmony there at the end. That was Groovement from March 29th of this year at George's in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Live.
Very nice.
Adam's
Very
band.
nice,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Original composition, correct?
Yeah, totally. That's Superman wrote that song.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Superman is the name of the bass player, and he if you see him live, he's wearing a cape. He's wearing if you see
Every
him
day.
A Superman cape?
Oh yeah.
if you
Okay.
see him
Just-
at the
okay.
grocery store
I mean, you
in the
know.
middle of the night, he's wearing a cape.
Okay.
Because he is the Superman, Supaman.
Did he have that specially designed? I mean, did he have the cape made with that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Well, he's
okay.
got like I think 13 capes. It's his legal name.
Oh, okay.
That's a
All
whole
right.
thing.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, from Los Angeles originally, I believe.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Well, very cool. That's kind of like Chief Wannadoobie down here. You remember Chief Wannadoobie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever heard?
don't know.
Okay. Well, Chief Wannadoobie.
I voted for him
Yeah.
when he was running for office.
Right. Yeah. It was Doobie versus Blunt.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. But yes,
It was a thing.
he's no longer with us either. You know, he's off into the great clouds of the sky.
I know. We're here to tell the tale, though, of the legend.
And he was a legend. You know, very very cool guy.
Absolutely.
you
I
know.
thought I was a little freaky in the area.
Yeah.
But then here comes Chief Wannadoobie. He's like, hey, can I get in on the guest list for Schwag stock at Camp Zoho? I'm like, you know what? Yes,
Sure.
for you, man. Because a lot of people would ask. And
Right,
it's just
right.
like, you know, if
Right,
anyone's
right,
deserving, it's
right,
this guy.
right,
Because he's
right.
he really went, walked the line
He
for,
did.
for a good cause.
That's right.
And but you know, it's amazing the things that are happening now.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
of some of the initial activists.
Right.
But you know, I don't know. So we were going to play some more music. Oh wait a minute, does Groupman have some shows coming up? Maybe you should plug a show, and we should know where to get more information on this band, Groupman.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a website, groovementband.co. And we have 2 shows. We have, Topeka. We're playing Jayhawk Theater, and we're playing Eureka Springs at Chelsea's the weekend before Halloween. And then
So
we're
that's-
on break for a few months after
That's
that.
the 25th and 26th or something?
I believe that's right, yeah.
I saw that. They're playing a cool theater in Topeka, Kansas, the Jayhawk Theater. It's
Yep.
a nice room.
Yeah, with Chris Lager Band as well.
Yeah,
Very
and
cool.
they're really fun. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, and then Chelsea's is always a hoot, and Eureka Springs.
Heck yeah,
It-
I love Chelsea's. That place
It's
is
got a
awesome.
good vibe. It doesn't take many people to really get the circus
Get it
going.
going.
Yeah.
Get it
You
going.
could have 30 people in there and have a party, but you get 150, 200, and it's a hoedown.
There you go.
You hold on. The balcony encircles the dance floor.
Well-
and you know what? There's been some monumental mountain sprout shows there. Mountain sprout shows of legend.
I could imagine.
Where the whole audience is yelling,
imagine.
"Screw the government!"
Love Mountain Sprout.
Oh, my
Mountain
God,
Sprout. We
you
played
gotta
them
love
last
'em,
week.
man.
We
You
played them
gotta
last
love
week.
'em.
We do love them. We worked with them a bunch.
I've done a few Mountain Sprout 8 o'clock rock blocks where at 8 o'clock in the morning we do like 35 minutes of uninterrupted music, and to do it a Mountain Sprout 8 o'clock rock block is one of my favorites. So yeah,
That's amazing.
you know, screw the government and dang girl.
That's like doing a public service by sharing that.
Yeah, let people know what's the real world is,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
going
get
on
some
out
get
there.
Some good stuff in
Literally.
And let's see. So wait a minute, Groovement. You can just look it up on Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram, at Groovement Band, yeah.
All right, good stuff. Wonderful music out there. Well, I was gonna play some more JGB, and this is from when I was in the band back in 2012. Recently surfaced was our whole show that we played at the Oregon Country Fair.
Wow.
Which is a big thing. We were the Sunday night headliner. And Dave Hebert was on guitar, Melvin Seals on keyboards, and
to live. Love is all that we have to give. Together we struggle by our will to survive. And together we fight just to stay alive. Struggling man has got to move. Struggling man, there's no time to lose. I'm a struggling man, and I've got to move on. As the sun lights the day and the moon lights the night, struggling man, reaching for the higher height. While we plan for tomorrow, while we live for today, like a flower that blooms and then later fade away. Struggling man has got to move. Struggling man, there's no time to lose. I'm a struggling man, and I've got to move on. As the sun lights the day and the moon lights the night, struggling man, keep reaching for the higher heights. As we plan for tomorrow while we live for today. And like a flower that blooms and then later fade away. Struggling man has got to move. Struggling man, there's no time to lose. I'm a struggling man, and I've got to move on. Ooh, struggling man, struggling man.
Oh, yeah. That was JGB, Jerry Garcia Band from, well, you know what? That was, I don't know, back, I was in the band, so that had to have been really 2012, because that was at the Oregon Country Fair up in Oregon. If you've never been to the Country Fair, it's an amazing event. Like, at Schwagstock, we had a shakedown street, a vending area,
Right.
where you walk down the thoroughfare there, and there's like 40 or 20 vendors on each side lined up, and they connected to two stages. That's Shakedown Street, And I went to the Oregon Country Fair, and this was not a concert with vendors. It was a vendor fair with music, like the staging area was off to the side, and instead of one thoroughfare, they had so many vendors that the Shakedown Street went in a figure 8. Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And you got a map when you got there. And there was different stages along
right.
the figure 8. There was smaller stages, and then there's the big grand stage, which is what this recording came from on the Sunday night. Now, we were the band, and the way they run the Oregon Country Fair is they sell like 10,000 plus tickets a day to this thing, and you get a day pass, you get a day wristband, and you show up during the day, and then around 8 o'clock at night they do a sweep. They shut the place down, and if you don't have the right wristband, you got to go. Now, the people with the right wristband are all the people with the vendors or the production or the bands.
Right.
I had, since I was with the band, I had an all-night pass, which I could. So when they did the sweep, I got to stay on the grounds, and it was unique how the whole event kind of changed, because during the day there was thousands of people and all these vendors running around it, and all the vendors are working really hard because they're selling their wares. They're doing their thing. Some of them traveled across the country to sell their musical instruments, the art they made. It was a lot of artisans and a lot of musicians, and a lot of bands were hired to play, and then there was a lot of renegade stages. But once the place, so anyway, the event runs like 3 days, so you can come in during the day on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then that's it. But then if you're one of the vendors of the band, you can stay in there overnight. And overnight there was so many vendors and so many musicians and everything that there was still like a village of like 1,200 people or more. And that's when the real party happened.
Right.
This was when these people really got down, and I got to party with these people. And then we got in on an all-night jam session where I got up and played for about an hour and a half with just some random players at one of the random restaurant stages. You know, just the throw-together stage. Here you go, jam. But that was my adventure to the Oregon Country Fair.
There you go.
Why don't we take a break and come back with some live music? We got the whole band in here. Should we talk about?
Let's talk about the KKID birthday party. We're just announcing it. I actually announced it this morning, but it's going to be November 9th at Tater Patch. The Schwag is going to be playing, and it's actually going to be a free show for the first 250 people or whatever it is. We don't really want to, have a line waiting out the door. Yeah, we do.
Well, the room only holds 250 people.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Whatever their capacity is. But for a free show, you might want to get there early, grab yourself a great dinner, and you're going to start.
They have some amazing food.
Absolutely.
And talking about the Tater Patch, they have great live music almost every weekend, if not every weekend.
Right.
And even on weeknights occasionally. I've played their solo acoustic on like a Wednesday or a Sunday. And, you can check them out at Tater Patch on their website or their Facebook page.
Right.
Just Google them.
Right.
Or stop by there.
Yep,
and you
easy
know what
to
their
find.
specialty is? Taters. And live music. They know how to do it over there.
Loaded taters. There you go. Let's take a quick look at the weather. They got great food. I mean, you talk about,
real.
It's that pork tenderloin. Have you ever had that pork tenderloin sandwich?
It's a big.
It's exactly. It's the size of plate. And they give you a hamburger bun to put it on. You usually cut it in half. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Great
All
food.
right, there you go. All right, let's take a quick weather break. For Kingdom Kia's bringing you that.
Hey. You're listening to the Jimmy Tebeau Show on KKID 92.9 FM, Salem, Rolla.
We're in the studio with the Schwag live. This weekend we're going to play up in New York at their 22nd annual Harvest Festival. And we thought, it's on a legal cannabis farm. We thought we'd learn a song, maybe relating to that, so we're going to try it out here. You guys ready? It's in the key of G.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3,
We're gonna sit down in the kitchen, fix us some good to eat, make ourselves a little high, make the whole day seem complete. We're gonna lay around the shanty mall, put a good buzz on. Pass to me, baby, pass to me slow. Take time to smile a little before you let it go. Gonna lay around the shanty mall, put a good buzz on. How about some guitar? There's always room for more. Fill it, light it, shut up and close the door. We're gonna lay around the shanty now, put a good buzz on. Sit down in the kitchen, fix us some good to eat. Make ourselves a little high, make the whole day seem complete. We're gonna lay around the shanty now, put a good buzz on. Even out in New York State on a weekend after, we're gonna lay around the shanty, mama, and put a good buzz on.
Yeah. Putting us in the mood for that trip. Gonna head to Cleveland tomorrow, then on to Mount Vision, New York. I don't know. And earlier we were talking about the vending area, Shakedown Street. Let's play some Shakedown. You got some shake and bake there?
Oh, yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3. Right here. 1, 2.
Tell me this town ain't got no heart.
Well, 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 you can never tell.
Sunny side of the street is dark.
Well, 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 you can never tell.
Maybe that's 'cause it's midnight and the dark of the moon beside. Maybe the dark is from your eyes.
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 You've always had such dark eyes. Built the chicken on Shakedown Street. Used to be the heart of town. Tell me this town ain't got no heart. Just gotta poke around. You say you've seen this town clear through.
Well, 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 you can never tell.
Nothing here that could interest you.
Well, 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 you can never tell.
It's not because you missed out on the things that we had before. Maybe you had too much too fast.
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 And you just overplayed your part. Milk the chicken on Shakedown Street. Used to be the heart of town. Tell me this town ain't got no heart. Just gotta poke around. Since I'm passing your way today,
Well, you can never tell.
just stopped in 'cause I want to say,
Well, you can never tell.
I recall your darkness that crackled like a thundercloud. Tell me this town ain't got no heart.
Tell me this town ain't got no heart.
Don't tell me this town ain't got no heart.
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 I can hear it beat out loud. Nothing shaking on Shakedown Street. Used to be the heart of town. Tell me this town ain't got no heart. Just gotta poke around. Nothing shaking on Shakedown Street. Used to be the heart of town.
Used to be the heart of town. Tell me this town ain't got no heart.
Just gotta poke around.
Help the shaking on shakedowns the street. Used to be the heart of town, yeah. Don't tell me this town ain't got no heart. I just gotta poke around. Yeah.
KKID, there it is, man. Jamming. I'm telling you, Mikey boy, tearing it up over there.
Live music right here.
There you go.
In
Gotta
Rolla.
love it.
Coming across the airwaves, you know. We do it every Wednesday here. Every Wednesday, 5 to 7. Jimmy Tebeau Show. Have musical guests every week. We tell stories of the road, tell stories of the Schwag. And, you know, to find out more information about the Schwag and our adventures, you can always tune into the website, theschwag.com. We're on Facebook. Just type in the Schwag. You'll find us. Like us. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Snapchat, but we're never really on there, so don't go there.
That one's old news, right? That one's old
I don't
news,
know.
right?
I think there's still a lot of people on Snapchat.
On Snapchat, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But
The social media.
yeah.
There you go.
And then we're going to New York this weekend,
Right.
and we've got some gigs coming up in the near future, November 1st at the Old Rock House in St. Louis. That's accessible for people in Rolla. And the following night, we just booked Rock Island Brewing Company. Just announced that today.
Now, is that in St. Louis as well?
No, that is in Rock Island, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
There used to be a Rock Island club in St. Louis.
I thought there was.
There was. It's been closed for several years. Oddly enough, that club there got closed due to being caught up in a sex scandal. Yeah, once a
Imagine
month they
that.
were doing a swingers night, and apparently it was getting a little too wild.
Wow.
Yeah, so they lost their liquor license. We used to play there every Tuesday, and we heard about this legendary swingers night once a month. They're like, you guys should come. And apparently it was swinging.
Oh, boy.
But that was that club. But we're not playing there on November 2nd. That club's closed. We're playing Rock Island Brewing Company. That's been there for like 25 years. We've been playing there for probably 25 years. We were one of the first bands to play there some years ago. They actually named the veggie burger after us on their menu for a while. But then I joined JGB and didn't play there for like 4 years, and then I went to prison. So then they changed the name of the burger. But now we're playing there again. But not as often as we used to. We used to go up there quite a bit. And then November 9th, we're going to be at the Tater Patch.
Yep, we just made that deal yesterday, and thanks to Jimmy and Rob, they put it all together, and we're going to throw our 21st birthday party for KKID. I mean, I can't believe it's been 21 years already. You know, I mean, and heck, Jimmy, we go back all the way into the early 2000s.
I don't know how that works out. You must have been like 5 years old when the station opened. Is that how that worked?
Yeah, Jesse was.
Oh, yeah, your son.
He is now 26. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
And he works here.
Yeah, Jesse does the morning show with me, and
your dad opened the station.
You know, actually, it was in 1976. Now, you grew up in the St. Louis area, right?
Yes.
Do you remember a guy named Jim Bolin? He was
familiar.
he was the Channel 4 weather guy,
Right,
and he
that's
was
what I was
also Corky the Clown.
Oh.
He played Corky the Clown and stuff. So, but anyway, him and my dad actually bought this station back in 1976.
Really?
Yep. And in 82, they sold the AM side to Stan Podorski, which is down in Salem, still as KSMO, and we've kept it. And in 98, we came on as KKID, and here we are 21 years later.
Wow. So at
Yep.
this party on November 9th, that means the club can legally drink.
Yes, the club can legally drink.
So, So that's
the station can legally drink.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Because you're of age now.
Right. We're
So you're gonna have your first beer.
Yes, absolutely.
First beer.
Right.
And the station's going to get its own
my first legal beer. Right.
Oh, right. Then the station will have to get its first medical marijuana card.
Let's see. I think pretty much all of us already did that. So
Everyone on the staff is.
It's kind of a requirement.
Well, we do want to thank our sponsors. We got Peace of Mind down there with the location in Rolla and Sullivan, now St. Charles and Park Hills, and now a new sponsor, Tater Patch.
That's right.
Tater Patch.
That's right.
Great food, live music every weekend.
Yep.
We're gonna have the party there.
Yep.
And then Jamie Holmeyer with the real estate company there.
Right. VIP Real Estate.
And then Shelter Insurance.
Right. Our buddy Brian.
Brian, yes, we thank you. And we'll be back here next week. What else we got going on? What did we forget to tell everyone about?
I don't think much of anything.
Really? We got it?
I think we got it. We can go ahead and take our little last commercial break and sign off for the top of the hour if you want.
Let's do that. Thanks for listening, everyone. We love you guys.
We do. Everybody out there, have a great weekend, and wish Jimmy good travels on his way to New York and back. It'll be fun finding out about that next week.
We're going to tell you all about it. Tune in next week for the adventures of the Schwag.